Hi guys, welcome back to WOT Blitz with Sandoor. I do apologize for the intro, but as this is a Caernarvon review, I could not resist the intro, nor could I resist to start with this clip, which is the very first battle I ever played in this tank, with a completely stock tank. I did enjoy it a lot, the tank, and this was just a very good promise of what the tank could offer me, and it didn't disappoint. And I got the tank right after it was buffed. Well, not right after it was buffed, but after it was buffed, and I do think it's a very good tank. Had a lot of playing it, but it's a very different playstyle than most tier 8 heavies, so I thought I'd do a review. So we're going to look at the stats, at the armor, which sort of define the playstyle together, and then I'll show you some nice battles to show you how I think this tank should. I suggest we go over to the stat board and we start to look at the tank stats, and we'll take it from there. Enjoy this review, and let's go. So this is the stat board of big tier 8 heavy tanks, and if you look at the stats, start with the gun. The alpha of this gun is 190, so that's incredibly low compared to the other tanks, and they have much higher alpha at that tier. But you have 14.19 rounds per minute, and that's more than double of any other tank. So you can see that the DPM is 2700 nearly, whereas the other tanks are more or less, well, VK is a little bit higher, but more or less around the 2200 mark. So that's a very big difference. So what you need to do to play this tank effectively compared to spears is keep the gun firing at all times, because your strength is DPM. So with other tanks you play more like a peekaboo style, right? Especially IS-3, it's got very low DPM but very high alpha, so you poke out, put a shot and hide until it's reloaded. But with the Caernarvon you can't do that. Well, you can hide until it's reloaded, but it's reloaded very quickly, and you pop 190, but you need to do it a lot of times. So you need to keep firing this gun, and with the incredible aim time and dispersion that you see here, and with the gun depression, it gives sort of a unique playstyle opportunity where you should not be peekabooming with the other heavies, but you should be a little bit outside of the big dogfight and on flanks, fighting mediums and TPMing the other team down basically. And if you're on a ridge using that gun depression, you will see in the armor inspector the armor gets very effective, even though that the armor is weak. You can see all the other tanks have greens here, so the hull armor is not good. Frontally, the upper plate is okay, the lower plate is weak, but that's normal in tanks. There's no side armor. The turret armor is pretty good, 165 and 112 at the sides, but only at very specific spots, so you need to keep moving to use the tallness of the turret. Mobility wise, I was quite okay with the tank. It's not the fastest in the world, but it's not slow as well, so it does a trick. So I suggest really have a look at the armor profile now, so to understand how that works and how you can use that to your advantage. So here we are looking at the tank from the perspective of the IS-3 with the top gun, BO9. And as you can see, frontally this tank is garbage. It is really useless. I mean, it's almost a 90+% pen, 100% airlow glaces. The sides of the turrets can be penned. So if you're just standing in an open field, not moving, not doing anything, you're going to have a problem. However, it changes if you start to use your gun depression. This can only go to 8 degrees, but in Blitz this tank has 10 degrees of gun depression. And you are then on a ridge, firing down a little bit to your inside of your drive wheel, just like that, using the maximum gun depression, so it's a little bit more Blitz. And then your upper plate becomes almost an out of bounds for him, so there's not a lot of chance he can penetrate that. And also your turret roof here, you can't pen it, you can't pen this, but you can pen certain areas of your turret, so the top and the side. So if you're moving over a ridge and you're constantly moving like this, and it becomes really hard for tanks to penetrate you, or they can penetrate you if they're lucky, but it's not a guaranteed pen, and they might just shoot you and bounce, and it's very troll. You can really bounce a lot of shots in this tank, and if you'll see in the games that I play, I'm constantly moving, peeking out, peeking back, peeking out, peeking back, going over ridges, and you get a lot of bounces, and you're can keep your gun in the game. And this is all about DPM, so I think we'll just dive into 3 games I've lined up for you. The last one is Mastery, and see how we go. So guys, for the first game I want to show you, we're on Mirage, and I immediately see the team setup. I'm the only heavy in my team, so of course I don't want to go to the waterfall and face the other heavies frontally with their bigger armor and their good peekaboom guns. So I'm actually going right into the dunes to see if there's some mediums maybe flanking that we can quickly take out, and there immediately we see them on the minimap pop up, and here's a 59. So there's 1 shot in, 2 shots in, and he's gone. Team takes him out. No, I take him out. Okay, that's 3 shots. And look at this, T71, shot on move, and here, very accurate. Super this gun to make these kind of shots, and the T71's gone. And now the T44, and I think, well, we need to take out this guy quickly because he's just shooting me. So I pop the adrenaline, team helps me, and we're up 3-0, so this should be a fairly easy match. But as always, in Blitz, you cannot really count on your team or on the match setup. You need to make sure you keep playing well, because it's never over. So the SU-152 is down, and I see an IS-3. Gun's accurate, but this is just poorly aimed by my side. And so we tried to take some shots on this IS-3. I call for help because I see that we're sort of a little bit overpowered, and I see the defenders harassing my E50, who's not doing the fantastic job. This is a very lucky shot, I think, in the top of the turret, but this is the kind of shots you can make with this gun. Still calling for help, because it looks to be a 2 versus 1 on this side if the E50 falls, which he does now. So I'll push on, maybe try to take on the IS-3 before the defender is back into me. And I get 1 shot in, there's the defender. Bang, look at the accuracy of the gun. And I have 1 more shot, no. So now it's time to push the defender, and this will be a 1-on-1 fight. Unfortunately, take 1 shot, and there, well, there's a 54. That's great news. It's 3-on-3, so it's a very tight battle. So if 2 of us can fight 1 tank, and a very dangerous tank, that would be great. But there's 1 more shot. And 1 more. So that's about 1,000 damage farmed off the defender. And he's down. So now it's just a 3-on-1. E75, almost full health, so that's a very dangerous tank, of course. Takes out down the T54 Mod 1. And now I want to show you this little piece over here. It's very difficult for big, slow aiming tanks to shoot at you. Look, I'm fired, I'm already gone. Well, it wasn't the best aimed shot from my side, but you can get the point here, that you can poke out, use this super fast aim time to shoot tanks, and then pull back immediately as they point the gun towards you. And I'm trying to avoid shots from the 75 as much as possible, and if he takes a shot, this should be a snapshot, and well, it's more luck for him. There he goes. See, that's pure snapshots, not aimed. His turret's aiming is on the move, so yeah, you can't avoid them all, but it's easy to farm damage off these tanks. And that's the first battle, and we do a good 3,777 damage, so that's very nice. So upwards and onwards to the second battle, I would say, and see how we roll there. So for this second battle, we're on Desert Sands. This is another duney hilly map that we like to roll on with this tank, and immediately go to the left side where the dunes are, trying to avoid the 3 heavies in town, and maybe hopefully we can take out this flank before things become nasty. There is a couple of tanks there. See how this shot into the Comet. It shows you how accurate this gun is. Even when hardly aimed, you can shoot tanks from far. Now CDR, he was a little bit of trouble, so I move in, try to help him into the Dracula. 2 shots in, and 8 shots in. That's just 600 damage from Dracula. It's taken out. I'm being fired on from the Comet. So push on, hide my tank a little bit. He then bounces on my turret. Lock in, take a shot in. That's another 400 damage on the Comet. And then I see the Ario's been taken out by a J-Panther, which is not seen. So I try to push through here. But I'm a little bit too aggressive, so I take a massive hit here from the J-Panther. So that's one mistake. But then I push through, but I stop here for some reason, take another hit from the, I think it's a T-29. But then I'm in a good position now for the J-Panther, because basically I can pull back, fire, pull back, fire, and he doesn't have the aim time to reliably shoot at me. So see if I move a little bit, he misses me. So even with this good gun he can't do really anything, and I take about 800 of his health. So I turn, because there's somebody on the cap. It's the Caernarvon. And you can see here, he's pretty red, except for his lower plate, because he's angled a little bit towards me. I can reliably shoot his lower plate, and every time it's 200 damage, so this is 600 damage. That is 800, no! Ooh, 925, nice, nice, nice. An ammo rack, yes. Very good. So he's down, and there's the T-29. He's now still full health, so that's 200 damage again. Look at the DPM go. Unlucky bounce here, but then he points his gun toward me. I bounce one, and another on him. Decide to do the manual aiming. His front plate. Easy pens for me. He just mow him down. See how quickly this guy is down, with a little help from my teammates, of course. And he's gone. So now it's just a KV5 left. So go towards him. And yeah, he is being arrested by 2 teammates, so it should be an easy win. We're 6-2 up. But even with so many teammates still alive, it's not hard to farm a lot of damage. A bit of luck for the ammo rack, of course, but it's a game with over 4200 damage, and very good game. Very happy with that one. And now we're up to the third game, which is an ace mastery, and a very good high damage game, as you will see in a second. So for the third game, we are on how's it called? Lost Temple, I think. And Lost Temple is one of my favorite maps, I have to say. It's a great map for tanks to go up the temple stairs. It's one of my favorite locations. And then shoot down the rest of the enemies. So also with this one you have a little bit of turret armor. And as you will see, it can be quite effective on top here. So I push through, it's quite mobile. So you get up here, maybe take some early spots, as you can see there on the T-44. So I pull back, don't want to get shot at. Miss a shot, a bit unlucky. And he does actually quite a good job, because he sideswipes off this rock. But see how accurate the gun is, you need only a very small window to be able to shoot him. And I'm keeping an eye on the minimap. See that the other tanks are to my left, and sorry, a bit of a cold. Other tanks are to my left. I'm trying to farm some damage off the T-44, which is hard because he's doing quite a good job. Maybe one shot here, yep, in him, and then I see they're trying to start to push to the right, so I turn my tank. And there's the STA, so there's one shot in, easy. Another one, yep, so 400 damage done on the STA, maybe another one. Oh, I hit a pole, unlucky. And there's the SP1C, so I can shoot him. Maybe should have switched to HE here, but I didn't, so terrible miss there. And there goes in one more in him, and he's sort of stuck or fumbling with the controls. I don't know what he's doing, but took half his health in the meantime. And my team for some reason decides to push to the left, the Panther, trying to help him, maybe keep him alive. Bounce a shot from the SP1C, pull back a little bit, see if there's any easy shots from this location. And then there's the tiger, just in the open. So it's time to farm some damage. The STA pokes out. Just taking easy shots from this location. There's a lot of health you need to get through. Kill the tiger with a gold round. STA once in the turret and kill him as well. And then we're basically firing on the reload for quite a long time here, since the STA poked out, and keep firing almost on the reload, bringing that 2800 DPM to bear. There's another reload shot. Here we go again. Almost on the reload. And another one. And an ammo rack, yes! Nice. 400 or 500 health gone for that tank. And now the defender myself pushed on the IS-6. It takes out the IS-3. Unlucky bounce here, even with gold. That doesn't matter. Still the gold loaded. Huge overkill on the SP1C, but he's gone as well. There's my 4th kill. And I switched to AP, because I should be able to pen this guy in the Super Purgeon in his lower plate or in his top of his turret. Very nice shot here on the top of the turret. Bang! I really want this kill, so I'm rushing in. Another shot, and I should have aimed this one a little bit better, because it just takes the side of his lower plate, but this one I'm going to the lower plate, and that's 5 kills. Great battle. And for this tank, as you will see, massive damage. Had a mission, so that's why I was playing. It's a mastery, high caliber, Bradley Walters and a Top Gun for 4630 damage, which is very good, and well, nice earnings of course with the 161k. So I hope you liked it. I hope this review was useful. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.